Video brought to you by Morante Plumbing and Oil. Morante.
Ain't as good as I once was. We are back. G Mac and Winnie coming at you with another edition of the Outlaw Blitz podcast. Big fella, let's get dangerous.
I beg to differ. I think we're just as good.
We're as good as once as we ever were.
That's right, as we ever was.
Yep.
Oh, man. So here we go. Recording. As this comes out, you will be in the Longhorn State.
Yeah. Yeah. As we renamed the last one, I'll be giving the short horn and the long horn.
That's it.
We'll see. We'll see what's going on. I know you have a very themed show planned out for me.
Yeah, absolutely. Being our top five, I think it's appropriate with where you're going to be.
Yeah.
When this does come out.
Let's get some of them smelling salts going.
Yeah.
Round two, I know you need them.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, our day is just beginning as we record this. Oh, don't
Nope.
crack it.
Top wasn't all the way on. He got it that time.
Oof.
Woo. So if I look awful red, do not worry about me. I'm not a raging fucking alcoholic. There is a light that's like purple. We're trying some new lighting behind Winnie the last couple of weeks, and it makes it pop on our screen, but we won't know until it's restreamed how
Right.
it comes out. So it gives me like a purpley red look, like I've
It's funny
ate
because
way too much salt.
Sal loves purpley redheads,
Whoa.
purpley red colored heads of different
Whew.
things.
Man, what's this thing do? Hope you lift up your spirits.
It does something.
It helps Sal lift up man ass to his chin.
Oh, it does.
Oh, man. We need some new ones, though. That stuck with me, that one.
You're not losing potency, that's for damn sure.
No. It still amazes me. Ever see when Zeke Elliott used to fucking put them things right in his nose and he walking down the thing and not even flinch. Like football players, man, you're a different breed. You're nuts. It's like modern day Gladiator.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Pretty crazy shit.
Yes, sir.
So what's going on in your life, man?
Not much has changed.
No? How was St. Patty's Day being sober?
Oh, fine. Definitely fine.
I'm going to say I had a wonderful St. Patty's weekend.
Yeah.
It was quite warm. I got to wear some shorts, and I'm bringing the warm home back with me.
Yeah,
warm weather back home with me.
Please do.
It's about that time of year, though, because the clocks, we're recording this, but yeah,
right.
It's going ahead. I'd love to see it stay ahead.
Yeah, it's already, even now, as we record this, it hasn't happened quite yet, but it's starting to be 5:30, 6 o'clock before it's starting to
I read a
get
thing
darker.
the other night, like a week ago, it said it will not get dark before 6 p.m. until October 20-something.
No shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think by like this week, it won't get dark before 7 p.m. until like, first week of October.
That's cool.
So it's cool to know that it's going to be light out till 7 p.m. or later for the next 6 months, basically.
Yep.
But what always fucks me in this, when we were kids, I felt like the middle of summer was later. It stayed light later, like in July, not June 22nd.
The top of the year is, it's Chris's birthday is June 21st, and that's
right. That's the summer solstice,
day
right?
of the year.
Yeah, and it fucking blows my mind because I'm like, what? I remember being out, like hanging out at night, and it'd be like 10 o'clock. It was still kind of light.
Yeah, I don't think we really start seeing the drift back in the other direction till probably mid-August.
Yeah, but it's like a minute, whatever.
It's not a lot. But yeah, I think revisionist history. You look back and you think, man, yeah, I remember being outside at 9:45 and it was still kind of light out.
Yeah. Well, and one thing you and I have always noticed is there's always around the third week of September, there's a football practice night that all of a sudden the sweatshirts went on and you just knew.
Those are the best.
You just knew though. Like,
right.
You're like, oh, it's got the damp cold is here. So that means fall has arrived. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's still,
Winnie would break out the towel every year.
That's right. Not to shit on the spring or anything, but the fall will always remain.
Well, it's because the spring's usually wet and muddy. The fall is. They both have the leaves. I don't think you can appreciate one without the other, though.
That's true.
You know what I mean? The leaves are dying. Like after the middle of October, it's fucking desolate dirt shit for until now.
Desolate dirt shit,
right? It's just gray, dreary. There's no leaves on the tree,
right?
And if there are, they're brown and burned up. And then there's nothing until all the leaves start new in like March or April.
Yeah,
sometimes May, and then it's 6 months of decent, and then and
what's funny is you'll see the buds on the trees, and then like an hour later, it seems like
7 million of them are on the ground.
Or no, it's just all leaves. And you're like, oh, holy shit, where did this come from?
Yeah,
it just happens. Quick.
Well, the fact that we're by the time this airs, we're 3 months into the new year.
That's fucking crazy.
We're in the third month, but we're in the end of the third month,
which is wild.
Which is fucking wild, dude. Yeah. Time really. Once you have kids, time just.
It does. It does.
I hope it slows down a little bit here soon. And we get to appreciate it a little bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's wild what goes through your head when, the seasons change and you start thinking about it. You're like, oh my God.
So the coastal schedule came out for football, and it looks like I'm going to try to go down this year Halloween week.
Oh, nice.
The 30th, they play. It's a Thursday night game home against the Thundering Herd of Marshall.
Oh, that's a good game.
Yeah.
That should be a really good game
with
for them.
Quarterback Cole Pennington.
Chad's son?
Yep.
At Coastal or at Marshall?
He's at Marshall.
Well, of course, he's a legacy there.
Playing dad, playing on dad's old team.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So I figured this year I want to go down when it was a little bit cooler. And
dude, maybe you'll probably meet Chad Pennington too.
That'd be wild. That'd be awesome.
I'm sure he's going to be at the game watching his kid.
I would hope so.
I'm sure he made enough money where he can travel around and watch his kid play.
Yeah, I think a 15-year NFL career, even if Aiden was on IR.
Yeah, but he was better.
Yeah, listen, they could knock his arm strength, but the dude was a natural leader.
Yes.
So.
Yep. And they probably brought him in 1 year too late.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think if he was there in '98, they might have won that AFC championship.
They very well could have won that game.
Yeah.
Damn right.
Yeah, he just had some moxie to him, that guy.
Yep, he got a swag.
Yep.
Swag about him.
He did.
Leader of men.
Yeah.
So.
Anything else going on, buddy?
No,
this guy wants to get rolling.
Let's roll this top five,
Yep,
man.
all
this
right.
is good.
This week's top five, the top 5 cuts of beef.
Beef and or steaks.
Steaks. This is a Winnie fucking.
It is.
I'm like, fucking top 5 cuts of beef?
Because as we do this, man, you're going to be in barbecue country.
Oh, yeah, I am. I absolutely am.
You were definitely going to have your share of red meat.
Yeah. I'm hoping. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll start.
Now you've got it planned to be going to some of these legendary barbecue spots, right?
Yeah, a couple of them. So there is one that I listened to Tom Segura talk about in Austin. When I get back to Austin, man, that fucking thing zinged me up in my eye, bro. Whew, it just got me. It's sitting up there taking something out. That he said, I think it's called Tri-Tip or 4-in-1. It's a steak joint though, and I wrote it down. And he asked the guys from Are You Garbage? He was like, hey, did you try the King's butter or something like that? And he's like, Tommy, what are you talking about here? He goes, oh, next time you go, he goes, we're talking about an $80 steak, Tommy. I can't pay another $18 for butter. He goes, you have to, dear. So I looked, and this restaurant has these like 5 or 6 different butters that they bring out, but it's $18. And they put them on your steak.
Oh,
so man. I said that'll be like the one big meal.
You gotta do.
Other stuff, will be like, just little spots of different barbecues.
You like finding your food trucks and stuff like that too.
I'm not a big food, not so much, but yeah, I want authentic food. I don't want to go to chain restaurants.
Right, you're not going down there to go to Applebee's.
No. So,
all right,
I'll start number 5 because this is your thing. Number 5, chuck steak. When you don't really got a lot of money growing up, that's the steak you get.
Basic,
and that's taste is beefy and like kind of, you know what I mean. It's got the fatty to it, but it's the thing that I most recognize as taste. Like if you said there's a beef flavor, I would say chuck steak.
Okay,
it's the closest to me.
Yeah,
the closest thing that to what I could describe as a beef flavor.
Okay, my number 5 is it's a beef and it's corned.
Oh really?
Yeah, corned beef.
I have no corned beef on mine.
No,
none. If that's them, I'll take a pass. If that's the clothing people,
drop kicks.
Oh yeah, yep, right through the fucking
straight
window.
Up super.
Yeah.
Shawn Michaels style.
Yeah, yeah, right through the barbershop window.
That's right.
Yeah, corned beef, really.
Yeah,
that's one of your favorite cuts.
I like it because you don't get it all the time. It's a seasonal thing.
You can get it all the time. People just choose not to.
Right, and I think our culture has made it to where it's corned beef and St. Patty's Day are synonymous with each other.
You never want lean corned beef. You want it fatty, and you always want the flat cut.
Yep.
So just a little tip: if you've never done it, you want flat cut, fatty.
That's it.
All right.
All right. What's your 4?
My number 4 is Denver steaks.
Denver, not on my list, but very awesome.
So I didn't realize this when I was researching them because we've talked about this very recently on the podcast, maybe like a few weeks ago.
Okay.
Angel the Butcher used to work up in Woodstock Meats. Okay. And he's like, hey, and I'd go up there and he'd say, hey, George, try these. It's Denver, either Denver or Colorado steaks. They call them either one.
Yeah.
Basically, they didn't even find this type of steak until
this is a newer cut.
In 2009.
Yeah.
It's from the chuck area, but it's under the shoulder blade.
Yeah.
And they say out of a huge cow, you only get like maybe 6 of these very small steaks out of it. And it's it's a very tender, juicy cut though. So that's my number 4.
Reminds me of like a rib without the rib bone.
Correct. Yeah.
The way it breaks apart, the way it cooks, the marbling, all that.
Yep.
My number 4, a good old fashioned pot roast.
Okay.
It is normally the toughest cuts, but cooked over a long period of time, and that shit just falls apart, and it's good.
Yeah, I think you've been over when I've had it.
Yeah, no, definitely.
I've done them. Last year, remember, was it last year? Every
just
week it was
just a hunk of meat.
Yeah, just hunks of meat. Every week was like pork shoulder, this.
Yeah.
My number 3 is a brisket.
Also, my number 3.
Yeah. The same thing, just a good old fashioned brisket pulls apart. Just
the brisket
the way
and
you
the
can
corned
season
beef
them
are the same.
Yeah, it's just
one's not brined.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I love a good brisket.
Me too. What's your 2?
My number 2, T-bone steak.
All right.
Traditional, I'm a steak person. T-bone got a lot. Again, you want fat on them, even if you cut it off. When you cook it,
right,
that's where the flavor seeps into the meat.
Fat equals flavor.
Correct. And the T-bone, it's always just like a really...
I must be flavorful as shit.
I know. Yeah. Like sharks that eat the fuck.
Yeah, absolutely.
T-bone steaks, there's just... It's a lot of meat.
Yeah.
Around the bone. You know what I mean? And the closer you get to the bone, the more the
better
flavor
the meat is.
Yeah.
Damn right. My number 2, the good old filet mignon.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan.
No?
I'm not.
I just love the tenderness of it.
That is true.
Listen, I like my shit more on the well done side. The filet is the one cut where I'll go back towards the meat. Not rare necessarily, but at least a medium.
Medium rare?
It's got to be. Yeah,
like pink.
Yeah.
Pink, warm pink center.
Warm pink center.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're the best kind.
Yeah, they are. And my number 1 is bone-in ribeye.
Okay.
I like the bone-in ribeye, and the ones I get from Woodstock Meats. No, they're not a sponsor of the show. I'm just telling you.
Right.
They're in Woodstock, right there in the main drag, Woodstock Meats. You go in there, bone-in ribeyes, fucking delicious. Again, the bone, I feel like when the meat's on the bone like that, it just gives
better flavor. It does, 100%. My number 1 is something you're probably going to have the opportunity to have in Texas, burnt ends.
Yeah, and
Oh,
a lot of
so
times they sell out first.
They do.
They do. Yeah.
It's the absolute ends of the cuts that get nice and charred. Then they chop them up, glaze them, put them back on, and again fall apart tender. And if you like char on the outside of the meat, which is you need a good crust on it.
Look at the bark on that.
Oh, you need that bark. Yeah,
Yeah.
The burnt ends. The place over in Rhinebeck, I think it's Smoky Rock Barbecue.
Mm-hmm.
Has phenomenal burn ends. Gone there a few times.
Again, not a sponsor of the show, but they should be.
Right. Yeah, no shit. So, yeah, burn ends is where it's at for me.
That should be the name of the next restaurant we open.
Burn ends. There you go.
We just burn all the ends.
There's our show title.
Yeah, burn ends. Yeah,
right.
Top 5 cuts of beef. What are your
coming-
top 5 cuts of beef?
You're coming back. You're gonna be coming back beefy.
Yeah, I pretty much think I'm going to gain like 10 pounds over the next week.
You think?
Yeah, I'm not
I don't
eating.
know that you won't though, because you guys are probably gonna do a lot of walking.
I'll do a lot of walking, but I'm just saying, like, when I go on vacation, I'm eating what I want to eat.
Absolutely.
Although I went to Italy and lost 10 fucking pounds.
Well, you guys hoofed it a
Well,
lot.
well, you hoofed it, but the other thing there is they don't have all the shit in their food.
No preservatives.
Right.
It's all natural.
Like, the beef ain't the problem. It's going to be the loaded baked potatoes and all the other shit that comes with it. You
Yes,
know what I mean?
absolutely.
Yeah,
So
so
cornbread fucking sopping with
yeah,
butter.
yeah, all that shit. Yeah.
Yep.
All right, you want to move along?
Let's do it.
Five crazy questions via Winnie.
All right. Number 1. If you could replace all of the grass in the world with something else, what would it be and how would it change the way we live?
Oh man, I really want to change all the grass in the world. I love the right around now. You'll get that fresh smell of cut
Fresh
grass.
cut grass. The
The
first,
first
cut.
one, it reminds me of baseball.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't want to do that.
Okay.
The only way I would do that is if grass couldn't grow, but then I'd want like turf, the new turf that looks like real grass.
Right.
That's it. Like I believe, that's probably the only other substitute I could come up with.
Yeah, I agree.
Grass is as much as a pain in the ass it can be to mow and all that. Playing baseball on grass is different than playing on turf or on an all dirt infield.
Same with football.
I want grass.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. Number 2. If you were a magician, what would be your signature trick that no one could ever figure out?
Saying to a girl, "Hey, watch my penis disappear inside you."
Right.
No, I don't know. It'd have to be a sleight of hand, something that like they really just things that you just can't, right? Or
Yeah.
some kind of light thing like where you,
Yeah.
and lights behind you. I don't know what kind of trick you would have.
I'm like a sucker for a good card trick. I know a lot of them come down to the ability to count and count fast.
Or sleight of hand, shuffle
Or
the way you
sleight of hand
shuffle it. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it'd have to be something sleight of hand, like, and I would, as much as it's I'd want it to do for like good. You know what I mean? Like, I mess with Treen's little nephew. I do a trick with him with a quarter, where I'm like it's 2-headed quarter, and then I hold it and I'm like, look, dude, I got nothing. Then I pull from his ear,
Yeah.
and it's like, you know what I mean? Like, that's the fun of magic if you think about
Absolutely.
it. You're a kid in that moment. You're like, what? How'd that happen?
Right.
Right? You're still naive because you
Right.
don't know it.
Listen, there's a time and a place in the world for the David Blaines who do extreme shit,
Yeah.
but no, the trick that can get somebody laughing and like, holy, how did that happen?
Right.
That's the good stuff.
That would be the type of stuff I'd want to do.
All right.
Whatever that is.
This kind of plays into the next question. Then, number 3, would you rather always have the ability to make people laugh, or always have the ability to make them think deeply?
Oh, I wish it was both.
Yeah,
I think
At
at times we've created both.
sure.
We usually make people laugh at least once a show, though.
Right.
As dumb, as bad as we are, we find ourselves funny.
Yeah, we're idiots.
But we're idiots, but laugh. I think laugh.
Yeah, laughter is the best medicine.
Besides winning.
Well, winning
Cures all
ills.
ails.
Yeah, absolutely, it does.
Yeah.
All right. Number 4. If you could live in any movie universe for a year, what movie would it be?
Just for 1 year?
1 year.
Avatar?
Yeah?
Yeah, that looks pretty awesome.
Oh, man. I don't know. I don't like the jungles and shit.
I'm getting some blue puss.
I thought you might take, what was the other town in Back to the Future?
Oh, Hillsdale?
Hillsdale?
It was a fucking dump, though, depending on when you went.
Right.
Even like 1985, it was just like a Burger
I'd
King
rather
and
go
shit.
back to 50s.
50s
Would be
Hillsdale.
cool.
Even the Old West of when it was first,
Yep.
The only other thing I think I might do is like for a week, Hogsmeade there, Harry Potter,
Yeah.
where there's just magic everywhere,
Everywhere.
all the fucking just the cool shops and shit. Like just a week, just immerse
But
yourself.
not
a
a
week.
full year.
No.
Couldn't do it for a year.
No, for a year. Like everybody says, like the Ewok Village. Can you imagine at the end of the Ewok? No, it's too much.
That's too much ladder, fucking rope ladders. Yeah. No, I'm not doing that.
I mean, Avatar. Yeah, Avatar. Blue Puss.
All right. Oh shit, that's good. And number 5, what would be the absolute worst buy one get one free deal?
Oh, dude. One of them egg sandwiches from that joint that scored like a 1-9, remember?
Yeah, got the worst, the quick checks.
Yeah.
They sucked, man.
That was terrible.
For as good as their sandwiches are.
The regular sandwiches.
Right.
That egg sandwich was fucking
trash.
horrible.
Yeah. You could definitely make better ones in your sleep.
And to be fair, I did the Dave Portnoy walk-off before he did.
You did.
With the fucking egg sandwich. I was like, plunk. Right in the trash. 1-9. That was fucking terrible.
That was a bad one.
Yeah, that would be the one. Buy one, get one. What do I need another one of them fucking things for?
If you can listen, when you're as this is airing, if you come across a place that does a breakfast sandwich like a thick cut bacon down there,
yeah,
you got to try it and review it.
Yeah, I'll 100%. If I come across something like that, I definitely will.
All right.
And then Buff. We got to get down to his food truck this year.
Yeah.
And do a review.
Is he going to have it at
I don't know. He talks shit. Who knows where he's going to have it.
Yeah. Listen, I haven't had it yet, but I know driving by it, it always smells awesome.
Yeah, they say it's great.
Yeah.
But I'm like, dude, do you want us to fucking? I mean,
he's been talking shit now for like 2 years.
Right. I'm like, we got some reach, especially locally.
Yeah.
That we can get you. We can rizz you up here.
Yeah, absolutely.
People will be coming in going, hey, we heard all about this Buff guy.
Oh, he would love it.
Yeah,
he would
awesome dude.
Yeah,
awesome
he's funny as shit.
Every time he comes in, he's like, cowboy. I'm like, Redskin, because he liked the Redskins. I like the Cowboys.
Yep.
Every day.
Nice. It.
That's it?
That's 5 crazy.
All right. We'll go to there. We have done before. Winnie's favorite song. Is it overrated or is it underrated? If you think of any, send them our way.
All right. Number 1, bed in a bag.
Underrated.
For guys especially.
Yeah, and like college kids,
right.
Things like that. You want a bed in a bag. I don't want to have to buy sheets separate and then,
I
didn't get this.
When I come home with a bed in a bag because these sheets suck.
So then just get neutral sheets.
Right.
I just bought a whole fucking comforter, pillows, throw pillows, a whole decoration.
Done.
Shit for $40.
One-stop shop.
Yeah.
Fuck it. All right. Number 2, reversible jackets.
I would guess underrated because then you're at least getting 2 uses out of it, like if color-wise, probably.
My thing is the one side always looks odd.
They never have it like navy blue and then white. It's navy blue then brown or something.
Yeah,
something really awkward.
And you could always tell it may be technically reversible, but the one side looks like it should always be the inside. It doesn't ever look exactly right. So I'm going to go overrated on that.
Yeah, the only reason, like I said, what would be underrated is if you were out somewhere and you spilled something on, you could turn it around.
You could, yeah.
You know what I mean? That's there is an advantage to that.
That is true. Number 3, Impossible Burgers.
What is that?
Like veggie burgers.
I don't mind veggie burgers. Like I've eaten veggie burgers in the past.
It's like Impossible Meat.
The Moon Burger. Moon Burger, right?
Well, that's Impossible Burgers, yeah.
Honestly, you can't even tell the difference.
Really?
So I'll say underrated.
Now, I went to Moon Burger when they started advertising. They did regular meat now. And It was so undercooked. It was gross.
Our Moonburger sucks balls, just to be clear. They're terrible.
The only thing I like
I've been
there-
in line, been to 2 cars in line and waited 20-something minutes.
Oh, 100%.
I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Are you killing the cow
The only
there?
good thing is the cheese sauce for the fries is outstanding. But the rest, for what I paid, it was literally 2 meals and a shake that I got for Carly. And it was like $40.
How about brownie batter?
It was okay.
That was pretty good.
Yeah, it was all right.
That was a pretty good milkshake.
They've got a Reese's peanut butter one now.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
I'd have to try that.
It's a non-dairy, but yeah, I would definitely give it a shot. All right, number 4, wasabi and or horseradish.
Underrated. I don't use a lot of wasabi, but horseradish, definitely like horseradish mayo. On
Horseradish
roast
out
beef
of the
sandwich,
jar on a steak.
phenomenal. Yeah, good stuff.
It's very good.
Clear your nostrils right out like that stuff.
That's right. Number 5, Ace bandages.
Overrated.
They never stay where
They
you
never
put
stay
them.
where they're supposed to, and you probably be better off with tape
Yeah,
for most of the time. I don't mind like a sleeve, like an Ace sleeve,
right.
like a knee band, but just wrapping them, you're probably better off with tape.
Maybe for like the ice pack,
Yeah,
if you're not going to be moving. But the problem is, like, anytime I've tried to wrap like my knee
right.
in an Ace bandage, a half hour later, it's rolled down, it's fucked up. You
What's
gotta
wild
rebuild it.
now is if you think about it, they make stretchy tape, so you don't need Ace bandages anymore.
Right. You're going away from it.
Right, because Ace bandage, that's what was nice about it. It went from like a cloth that didn't stretch to this, you could wrap it as tight as you wanted
And you still have
with the stretch.
right.
So.
Yep. And number 6, my bonus, RC track smells.
The actual track and the tire stuff and all that, underrated.
Yes.
The man ass and the diesel fuel or the fucking kerosene, overrated.
But you did say
That's what it smells like, but.
It does. It does smell like butt. You did say that the track that you went to,
The last track I raced at, if that thing was in Kingston, every Saturday I'd be there racing.
now tell me about. Actually tell the listeners about the near dust up you had.
It's just what it is, man. Like the track that I normally go to is a big, I would say almost like in terms of how we would think of it, Orange County Speedway, like a big half mile, right?
Right,
It's a
big oval.
bigger track, right?
Yep.
This track was like Accord Speedway, small, tiny bull ring, 3.9 second laps, 4 second laps. Like
Wow.
they're happening.
You're
Now on that big track, you're running upper 5s to a 6-second lap, right?
right.
So it's a second or two different, but you got to think you're in an RC car, 1001, like you're covering a lot of distance.
Mm-hmm.
So things happen on these small tracks, right? I've never even been there. I'm just whatever. But you get these guys that they got 10 different classes they run or whatever, and whatever. Good for them. I'm there not trying to get in people's way, but you get some Joe Dirt fucking wannabe after the race runs me up into the fence, like purposely. Like, you're going to tear up my shit. I know how to tear shit up. Look.
Yeah, you have
That's the case.
2 cars
Right.
compared to their 10.
Right.
They're being fucking assholes.
Well, and listen, I'm not trying to get in anybody's point race. I know they're point racing. I'm not trying to get in it. But it's a fucking small track. Things happen.
Right.
So basically, that happens in the second heat. I'm like, well, fuck this guy. You want to play like that every time you race? Like, the way it works in RC cars, the first 2 race are heats, basically, and it's just for time.
Right.
So you try not to hold anybody up. You let them go.
Right.
So in the first race, I tried to let the guy go. But when I went to go by, it was a problem. So then at the end of the race, the dude just stays on me and drives me into the wall as I'm trying to get off the gas and let the car come up to me and I'm going to pick it up.
Yeah.
He just smashes me into the wall. So I'm like, this motherfucker. So in the second race, I'm like, fuck it, I don't care.
Yeah.
So now every time I get around him, I just lean the fuck all over him. I'm slowing him up. Fuck you, bro. I'm not doing that, right? Stupid, but I'm not doing that. So then in the main event, I was in third and he takes me out and I was like, oh. And he's having a good race. So I gave him room a couple times. And then he was chirping on his radio. He was standing down for me a little bit, chirping, and I was giving him room. I was trying to stay out of it, and then finally he was just a dick. So we were going down into turn one, and I just touched the brake and squeezed down, and now he was stuck on the inside rail until the guys came. They got to set me out straight, and then set him out straight, and I didn't go. I just didn't go. I still had him trapped, and meanwhile, people were just going by
that's great.
because it's 3 seconds. I was just like, what? You know, you want to be a dick? I can be a dick.
I'll put your lap down.
Right.
Easily.
I can be a dick.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because he set a new track record in that race, but didn't win the race.
Damn.
So, you know, I hate to be that asshole, but twice in 2 heats, you were a dick and just smash my car into the wall. Like, we're racing. It is what it is. After the race, let it be. Because I can guarantee if it was in real racing, that definitely wouldn't have happened.
Yeah. Did he chirp to you after
Not
the race?
really.
No.
Not really. I'm telling you, I had a wonderful time. I would go to that track every week if it wasn't so fucking far away.
Nice.
Or if, like, you rode up with me,
Yeah.
I'd go.
Yeah.
But I'm not taking an hour and 40-minute ride by myself.
Right.
You know, you think you're doing 3 hours of fucking driving in a car to race for a couple hours.
Now, was Shu up there that day?
She was, yeah. He's the house car up there.
Oh, cool.
So, yeah, he's awesome. He's like, that guy fucking with you, man? Because I'd be in his pit. I'm like, dude, it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, well, it's all good.
But that's how Shu is, you know?
Yep.
So, no, I had a good time up there.
Good.
What else we got? We got this, right?
We do.
Rabbit hole. What dragged us down the TikTok, YouTube Reels hole this week? Go ahead, Winnie.
Okay. For me, JD DeLay, who is a former self-said career criminal who has become a major influencer and has become a life coach and somebody who was turned what was a negative life into a positive life and now is helping other people. But his YouTube channel is pretty he's pretty graphic guy, pretty jacked up, tatted dude. Did a lot of time in Oregon prison, in the Oregon prison system, and some county time down in Florida. And he was a shot caller for a big gang in Oregon. But he since it's gotten out of the life, and like I said, now he's helping other people. But his stories, he's working now with Chris Hansen.
Tracking down pedophiles?
Yes, because he was molested as a child. So now he's making it his goal to track them down, bring them to justice, get them locked up and whatnot. And the stories he tells of stuff in the Oregon prison system and how things goes down. His knack of storytelling is great. Not for the light heart, not for the
he's engaging and all that.
Extremely. Not for the faint of heart because he doesn't hold back, but a good listen nonetheless. And my other one would be Babish, who is a chef, and he does a lot of like using he does the 10 scale. Sometimes he'll do like the letter scale, the S, A, B, C, D, stuff like that, rating different things.
Yeah.
And then if he feels he can make it better, he'll get maybe 2 or 3 from the local area spots in the city that are known for whatever he's trying to come up with, and he puts his version out, brings in people for blind taste tests and stuff like that. So his stuff's pretty good too. He's just a pretty laid back dude. Again, you would think doing food reviews, if you don't have a personality for it, it could be kind of bland, but he has a way of drawing people in.
Well, and it's probably the rare food reviews, right?
Yeah.
It's not all the same typical shit all the time, is it?
No. But like the last one I saw was tortilla chips. He was ranking all the from your like he had set the grade at a 5. Like your basic Tostitos store bag chip is a 5, and then basing it off of that, going up and down. But it's funny the way he talks about them. What else? Babish and Joshua Weissman, who went on a big review tour of like 18 or 15 or 18 different types of pizza. and he went over all over the Northeast to well-known restaurants doing that stuff too. So good rabbit holes to go down. And Erickson Golf, so he played a pro. It's him and his cameraman. They always do 2v1. They do best ball for them.
Oh yeah.
And then they played a PGA Pro at Scottsdale, and they hung. They ended up.
Was
losing.
it the guy where he shanked it on the first drive?
No, he actually Sim came out of the box hot, and then finished kind of cold. But they finished a stroke back.
Oh, that's not bad.
Not at all.
To a pro.
They finished one stroke back. But his first drive, it was a dog leg left, four something. But if you cut the dog leg, you cut a bunch off. And Sim's first drive was fucking 350, dead nuts over the dog leg, dead middle of the fairway.
Well, if you think when we used to play in these golf tournaments, I would drive the ball out there. Darryl was a great approach shot guy.
Yep.
And then it was just sinking putts.
Yeah.
Like, once we had, like, fairway guy, driver guy, that's why we were always so good.
Right.
Because, like, we'd get one safe, and then I could just fucking ramp it up and put it wherever we could.
Well, you still have that fucking magical chip out of the trees.
Yeah. And
That
sunk it.
hold out.
Yeah.
That was nuts.
Yeah. But you know what I'm saying? Like, but those, if you can do that, like, Sim can drive it out there. If the other guy's great at approach,
Yeah, and he is.
Now you're just
has
down
a really
to
good iron game.
can we putt or not?
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, that's awesome.
But it goes to show you, guys that have, and actually even the pro golfer said, pro baseball players a lot of times can make the transition into golf because of the hand-eye coordination it takes. It goes where they lack is feel because they automatically go and try to fucking kill the ball.
Right.
It's learning to play that secondary
Hard
game.
to shape shots. And
Right.
It doesn't feel right turning it,
Like
turning
where
your
this
hand
guy
up.
can draw the ball
Yeah.
anywhere from 10 feet to 30 feet.
Right.
He's doing it at will. They're doing it on accident.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Cool. I sent you a couple of this. I went down this Joe Hamrick comedy.
okay.
JoeHamric comedy. All one. It's him standing next to like a some kind of table and just smashing his son, calling him a queer, and all kinds of shit. And that's probably why mom left you. Go fuck you. I never liked you anyway.
Oh Jesus!
It's all kinds of shit. And he's saying all kinds of foul, inappropriate shit.
How old's the kid?
Oh, the kid's probably like, I don't know, like a teenager. Like,
Yeah.
he's in on it. But,
Yeah.
oh my God, dude. I sent you that video. There's a few different ones of it. I laughed my ass off about it. Another one is The Real Mike Lowe, DAREAL MIKELO.
Okay.
It's this guy, it's a black dude and his uncle.
Yeah.
And his uncle's like 68, been to prison, used to be a crackhead. And he's like, yo, you big Benny boot motherfucker, what you got? Where'd you get? Did you get a permit to park those fucking shoes over here? All this shit the uncle comes out with. So the other nephew, they have one I watched this morning, and the nephew must keep the phone in the center console,
Yeah.
like at the center of the car, so it's always filming him. He's like, and his brother calls. He's like, yo, Unc, I need you, man. I need you. This dude's just rolled up on me. He's like, yo, I'm on my way. Where you at? And he's like, yeah, Big T's here. He goes, yeah, man, I'm on my way to the doctor. He goes, I ain't doing no fighting.
Quickly.
I got to go to the grocery store after that. And then he goes, I ain't fucking with no Big T, man. Yo, he's like, yo, my uncle's coming. He's like, no, he ain't. He's like, don't be telling him that shit, son. I ain't coming nowhere. I don't want nothing. He's a funny motherfucker, dude.
I got down this rabbit hole with those try that again, making memories guys.
Yep.
Tristan Hanby and his crew, all like towel snapping or belts. Like a dude is literally doing a set of pull-ups on the bar, and dude comes out of nowhere with a leather belt right across the lower back. And I'm talking crow hopping into this leather belt slap.
Really?
It was one. He hit him so hard, the first like scream, nothing came out. Yeah, it was just straight. Or the dude was laying on the couch and he towel snaps him awake. He can't get off the couch fast enough, so he gets a second one. I mean, they're brutalizing each other.
Yeah, and then they're brutal. Like that, you watch a lot of that pain shit.
Yeah.
The one I like is the two Asian dudes with the green masks on and the and the frog thing, purr,
Yeah.
like what you did where they
smack him
their
in the
shin or the foot, or they pull the fucking bow behind them and let it go. The other thing I've laughed so many times at this week is Lindsay DOTW LYNDSEY on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
It's Lindsay Wright, and she has all these books like Dad's a Cuck, The Knuckle Shuffle.
Oh Jesus!
There's just so there's so many of them. Becky Throat Goat. There's other ones like Tiffany Needs to Shave Her Beaver, Ben's Big Load,
Jesus,
Lindsay's Box, and she just reads these, and they're children's stories.
Oh my God!
Somebody's beaver stinks.
What the fuck?
Who will help Jack off the horse? So they're funny as shit in the way they read.
Right.
Maya's soul gets dirty. They're just funny.
Yeah.
And she reads these children's books that are just
foul,
just filth. Yeah, just pure filth. So
nice.
There's some fun ones there. The Joe Hammer comedy, the real Mike Lowe, and Lindsay DOTW.
Cool.
Yeah, it's shit that just makes you laugh. Like you catch you doing one, but then once you're in your algorithm, you can't not see it.
Right, they're just there.
Yeah. So that's how we need the Outlaw Blitz to become. So just like our stuff,
in your algorithm,
send us stars.
Yep.
And hopefully this recorded better than last 2 weeks ago's show that was all pixelated for some reason.
Yeah, for real.
We don't have control of this stuff, guys.
No, that's restream on that one.
Yeah. So you got anything else?
All good, bud.
All right, take us home.
All right, for GMAC, this is Winnie. This has been the Outlaw Blitz podcast, and as always, take it easy.